That's what she said.
Arrested.
Break the lock with that.
ASAP.
Roger. I will try. It worked.
Yeah, I'm speeding these up.
It's a key.
Agent Date, you've got 5 minutes. Agent Date, you've got 4 minutes.
A door. A door with... Door C.
That might have been a little much.
Oh. An oil drum.
You have 3 minutes, Date.
Arrested middle. It does not appear. It's a key with a watch. The hands indicate.
You have less than 2 minutes. Hurry.
I will try the key.
Click on the fucking thing!
A broken pipe. A rusted metal door. Rows of monitors and rows of monitors and buttons. Rows of monitors. Rows of rows of monitors. Door. Door E. Door E. Door E.
Less than 1 minute. Hurry.
Just trust me.
Doors. Door beep.
Dante, 30 seconds.
Door F. An iron. Ready? Whoa! This Somnium is awfully dangerous.
Hey, that door. Maybe we can open that one now. Check it out.
A rusted metal door.
And we win.
I'm going to open it.
Unless there's more to it. Oh, I totally did. Like an hour ago.
Iba, return to the control room on the 3rd floor.
At once.
I didn't look this far. I only looked at what to do because I was sick of getting it wrong. Okay, he kills his wife. That makes sense. I didn't expect Iris to strangle him. The polar bear makes sense.
What the hell is going on?
Her shooting him, we already saw, so that's... Okay. The machine in the background. I get it.
Date, what are you doing? 6 minutes are up.
Wait! Hitomi is...
Dante, you can't go any longer. Force shutdown.
No!
I beat it with 15 seconds left.
I took a look around your head, and I discovered something. Something about the new Cyclops serial killers. Apart from Ota, there are 4 victims. Shoko Nadami, Renju Okiura, Iris Sagan, and So Sejima. Who was responsible for these murders? Shoko was stabbed by Renju with an ice pick. Renju was strangled to death by Iris. So cut open Iris's body. But who shot So? It was you. In other words, all of these murders were committed by different people. There wasn't just one killer. That's how it looks on the surface, anyway. But that's not the truth, is it? There's only one culprit. One person. And that person is... Yes, you. The person in front of me right now.
You're blaming the commander of Abyss for this?
No, not Boss. The person inside Boss's head.
Can you at least try to make sense?
Alright, I'll explain. You know about the abandoned chemical plant in Kawasaki? There's a prototype sync machine there. You use that device to swap around bodies one by one.
In other words, the entire egg ends up being replaced. Mind, consciousness, memory, they are traded. Switched.
I don't know where it started, but at some point, you got into Shoko's brain. Then, you got into Renju's. And got rid of Shoko's body. After Renju was Iris. You strangled Renju using Iris. After that, into So. Who you used to kill Iris and Ota at the cold storage warehouse. Now, you're in Boss's body. Inside her head.
I see. If you know that much, then I have nothing left to hide. Yes, I am
Okay,
the
there we
culprit
go.
behind the new Cyclops
We got a
serial
confession.
killings. I guess you can call me the new Cyclops killer.
Who the hell are you?
Saito. Saito Sajima.
That makes...
Congressman
Okay.
Sajima's son.
What?
I researched Saito thoroughly, but I cannot find any images of him on the internet. He is listed
His
on the
body
Battle
must be
register,
somewhere.
but I cannot find any photographs.
Probably is the first victim. I guess, well, not first victim, but yeah. It might be still in the machine, actually. With Hitomi.
Before I do, there's something I want to hear from you. How did you know about the prototype sync machine? And not only that, you also seem to know what the sync machine is truly capable of. Why is that?
That's...
Regaining your memories, are you? Human memory is fractal. If you retain even a single piece of it, it's possible to recreate the whole thing.
Were we his partner?
Pieces of memories are like roots that grow into every corner of the brain, gradually, slowly, taking its time. I imagine the same thing is happening in your brain right now.
Or we are? Yeah. Oh, yeah,
A
yeah.
fractal is a figure with self-similarity.
Given the dialogue,
Allow me to
So said in a different timeline.
see this?
Yeah, okay.
Whichever fragment you cut, you will see a similar shape.
That makes a lot of sense.
The whole is made up of its similar parts. This is called a fractal figure. Memories in the brain are similar. That is what he is
So we
explaining.
swapped with somebody.
He is claiming that from a few pieces, you can rebuild the memory.
We swapped with somebody 6 years ago.
Parallel worlds exist.
That was me.
You imitate her well. From the way you talked and your body language, it was like the real Iris. Earlier, too. You almost had me fooled. Your imitation of Boss was perfect.
Yes, there's a reason for that. Let me define some terms first. A person's memory and sense of self. Let's call that personality. It isn't quite the right word, but it'll suffice. Now, transferring that personality into someone else's brain, let's call that parasitism. The one transferring is the parasite, the one being transferred into is the host. Are you with me so far? Moving on. Even after the personality exchange is complete, the host's memory isn't completely lost. About 1% remains in the brain. So, a parasite could use that 1% to imitate the language and behavior of the host. That's
For
how
some
I
reason,
knew
I
the
get
warehouse
Animorphs
was Sunfish's
vibes
pocket, by the
from
way.
his dialogue.
Thanks to Renju and Iris's remaining memories.
Remember the Animorphs books? Not the shitty cartoon, but like the parasites going into your brain and like living your life as you. I think I still have at least one
It was me.
Animorph book.
Why are you making me repeat myself?
That means the Somnium I entered on Sunday.
That's right. It was me.
What's going on here?
Fine. I still have time.
Time?
You'll see. So, where do you want me to start?
Definitely.
Like you guessed, my personality was in Shoko, Renju's ex-wife. That made calling Renju easy. I need to talk to you about something. He came over without question. I think it was around 4 p.m. I had him meet me at the chemical plant. I made Renju go to sleep. Synced, switched personalities, and then stabbed Shoko's discarded body with an ice pick. I took Shoko to Bloom Park by car, using the old abandoned subway line.
It's just
Must have been around
definitely lining
8
up with
p.m.
everything
by the time
else
it was
we've
finished.
known throughout the
I
game.
tied up Shoko to one of the merry-go-round horses. After that, I used Renju's phone to send a Nile message to Mizuki.
At least it's good to know Mizuki didn't have anything to do with it, or Iris, or anybody else we suspected.
Then, I
At least
just
in
waited
this
for Mizuki to
timeline.
arrive. Until next Saturday evening, my personality was inside Renju. My next target was Iris. I knew she would be suspicious if I asked her to come to Kawasaki, so I asked her to come to Sunfish Pocket first. I called her a little before 5 p.m., and she arrived just after 6.
Excuse me for just wanting to go along with the game and enjoy what I was given. Although,
That's when Ota
if I really wanted to, I could have figured it out.
Anyway, I put her in the car, then headed to the chemical plant. On the way, I made her take a sleeping pill. I knew she might run once she saw where we were going. It was around 7 p.m. when I got there, and I wasted no time switching bodies. After getting Iris's body, I used a rolled-up apron to strangle Renju to death. Then I put his body in an empty oil drum I'd prepared
He's gonna
earlier.
eventually explain to us
I put
like
that
why
in
the
top
eye's
of
missing. It's
car
because of the
and
machine,
handed to
but
Sunfish Pocket.
we're gonna get there
Then,
eventually.
something I didn't anticipate happened. Waiting for the signal in Akiba, someone knocked on the window of the car.
Oda? Yeah.
It was Ota.
That's why he had to go.
He asked me something about being able to drive. He was surprised, to say the least. I didn't have time to waste on him. But I couldn't risk him finding the oil drum in the trunk. Plus, if word got around that Renji's car was spotted driving around Akiba, that would foil my plans. So, I came up with a lie. I told him that I didn't have a license, so he had to keep it a secret. That's what that thing referred to in Ota's Nile messages, by the way. And just like that, I managed to escape a bad
Oh, right, you were Iris at the time.
To Sunfish
Oh, okay.
Pocket as planned.
I
The rest
wasn't
went
paying close enough
exactly as
attention
you
to
already
when he
figured
switched.
out. Sunday morning, I had a recording or some such thing scheduled. Oh, I am, of course, referring to Iris. I didn't want to draw suspicion, so I decided to attend as planned. I went to Lemniscate and performed my job. And when I left, I ran into you, Dante. To be honest, I was a little surprised. Just the previous night, I was a parasite in the body of Renju. I didn't think Ota had seen me. So, of course, I didn't expect to see you there so soon. You were on to me, but there was nothing I could do about that. If I ran, it would only increase your suspicion. So I decided to play my role. The interrogation began around 8:20 p.m., is that right? Then you synced into my mind. But you didn't get what you were looking for, did you? As a result, you had no choice but to release me.
Yep. And we can't do anything about it.
Right away. I knew there might be police waiting for me. That would make it difficult to sneak out at night. And that would put my plan in jeopardy. So I asked you to take me to Marble. I tried to find an opportunity to run, but then another unexpected event occurred. I got a Nile message from Ota. I knew I could use him.
So is
So I
Pewter
told him
helping
I needed
Saito?
his help and to meet me at Marble.
It's possible.
He did as I instructed him to do. After that, I got into the van
this
with
is
Ota. But because his
stalling
presence
for
was unnecessary,
something.
I asked him to stop at a convenience
That, or he
store
really
to buy
just
something
wants to
drink.
gloat about what he did.
When he was gone, I took his car and drove to my parents' house where I used
More
to live.
likely, I'd say Pewter's
Yes.
doing something
Tsujima
about us.
residence. Of course, I knew I couldn't just walk up and ring the doorbell. Hello, Father, it's been a long time. I was also in Iris's body at the time. But I thought I could use that to my advantage. So I pushed on the intercom and sure enough, my dad invited me inside. I told him this. I want you to come with me. There's something I need to show you.
So you were in your
He
sister's
was
body.
quiet for
That's
a while,
not
but
creepy.
eventually agreed and got into the van with me. We arrived at the prototype sync machine around 11:50 p.m. By the time I was in the body of Sosajima, it was a new day. There isn't much to talk about on Monday. Before noon, I used my old man's body to call this one Boss. You might not know this, but she and my father...
Because of course they do.
About 6 years. The two shared a terrible secret. Hinting at that was enough to get the boss to come running to me immediately. I injected her with a sedative. then brought her body to the chemical plant. I synced with her, exchanged our bodies. And after blowing my father's brains out, I cut his body into pieces.
Was it this timeline or a different timeline? We found him in the... Yeah, that.
I stuffed the meat into a vase I'd brought earlier.
No, that was a different timeline. We opened that.
This was yesterday, early Monday morning, past midnight. In my new body, I drugged Iris, put her in the van, and drove to a new location. Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse. I arrived around 1, then prepared for the show for a couple hours. Of course, when I say show, I mean dismembering Iris. Because of
your
the
sister
in the warehouse, it took longer than
fucking
I
psychopath.
to prepare, but well, you saw it in the video. Of course, I didn't anticipate Ota would show up. What does that make it? 3 times that brat has showed up unexpectedly?
He has a knack for showing up unexpectedly.
That annoyed me to no end, and I took that out on him. Dressing him up in the polar bear was an impromptu plan on my part. I didn't mean to make you think he was the killer.
Yeah, I'm
just wanted to throw a wrench.
Just a thought, but if Saito was in Iris's body,
this all happened Monday morning.
when
I left the warehouse around
her, like, in a different timeline, when her and Ota, like, knocked us out at the diner, that could have been what convinced Mayumi to go chase after them, like him switching from Iris to himself. Yeah, that and the knife. And the knife.
The prototype sync machine has a special feature. It administers a strong dose of sedatives to the original body, and a stimulant to the host after a sync. That kept them docile. You know all about the prototype sync machine.
Well, here's the thing we already knew.
I should explain it.
Yeah. Yes, it's a prototype and they haven't figured out an easier way yet, so yeah. Hence why our eye is removed. But I'm guessing, what's his name, the Kumakura guy wanted the eyeballs, so they just took them out. He took them out for the guy, Rowan, or whatever his name was.
Of course, I don't really care about eyes. I don't need them. All I cared about was exchanging bodies with the sync. And for that, I needed to remove the left eye.
Why didn't you just put the eyes back when you were done?
That's obvious. Once I was finished transferring into a new body, the old one was of no concern to me. Why would I bother
Also possible,
replacing
yeah.
the eye? I was just going to get rid of it anyway. Shoko's is in Renju.
Yeah, we know that, unfortunately.
Renju's is in Iris.
I don't want to read this.
Iris's is in Dad. Dad's is in Boss. Their stomachs, I mean.
You sick bastard.
Yes, I ate them. Immediately after exchanging personalities.